12 of the top poker players in the world fighting it out in this league format for the final proof on who is really the greatest. Welcome to the partypoker.com Premier League Poker. I'm Jesse May here with Phil Hellmuth himself. Now, Phil, you have to be enjoying yourself. You've won nearly every time you sat down.
When you win 4 out of 5 heats, you're like, wow. I mean, you know.
But you've been having a little fun on the banter on the table, especially with the devilfish.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I've had a lot of fun over here. I think the camaraderie over here on the European tour is fantastic. I noticed that when I came over in the 80s. I noticed it when I came over in the early 2000s. And I kind of like that. We're hanging out at the hotel. We're betting everything. We're having a lot of fun.
On and off the table, it is sport and true sport. We know you're in front, Phil, but let's see who's hot on your heels looking at the table. 7 league matches have been played, and Phil Hellmuth running away with it with 4 wins out of 5 matches. The second last time for Andy Black, bringing him up into the red promotional zone. And Vicky Coren, some good results of late. She's very close to the top 4. Devilfish has been most of the banter. The Titanic battle last time, an unlucky third has pulled himself back into it, into the heads-up zone. Trouble at the bottom, though, and Kirill and Roland have got to get moving.
It's time to take Roland out.
This is going to be a great game tonight. Lieu dressed and ready for the kill. Kenna James, is he down to gambling only? And watch out, though, for the banter between Juha and Roland. Kids must play.
You were bantering with him all day. No, he was not cheating.
You said he was cheating himself.
I did not say
he was cheating.
Listen, you were bantering with him all day.
Bantering,
so I want this game played as it is and as it should be and as it always will be, with the spirit of poker behind it.
So you're allowed 1 warning, like he had yesterday.
I'm not.
I'm allowed to do it once to him because he did it to me. He got no penalty.
Listen, 2 wrongs does not make a right, and you will not do it. If you do it now, right, I will be very annoyed with you, Roland.
I'll do it. I will do it.
You have no more chocolate fingers.
Okay. I'll end it.
This table getting really hot. The league table and 6 more players sitting down. Serious situation. There's a real hot seat out there, Phil, for guys like Kirill Gerasimov and Roland Wolfe. One guy who can afford to smile right now is Juha Helppi. Not only is he second in the table standings, but he has position on Roland Wolfe, who he means to exact some revenge on.
Well, as we see, he is smiling. And he has, I mean, Juha and I happened to talk before this match started. And he told me that he loved having Roland in his right. All the heat's on Roland, all the pressure's on Roland. And now Juha, if Roland makes a raise, Juha can just move all in at will because Roland can't afford another 0.
Looking at the chips here, yellows, of course, worth 1,000, blues are 2, reds are 5. Every player starting with 100,000 in chips for this long level Texas Hold'em. Cards about to come out, and the banter at the table starting as usual.
There's only 2 robots. We've been joined by 2 female donkeys and 2. Now we've got 4 donkeys and 2 robots.
Yeah, I don't need oxygen.
These 2 are robots. If you hadn't noticed, Liz, these are robots here. We're donkeys. Everyone else is donkeys. These 2 are robots. You can tell.
It is funny. Roland doesn't mind calling himself a donkey. Obviously, Juha and Kirill the robots.
Roland has promised. Just see you go against the.
Wow, here's an interesting position here.
Well, Kenna James clearly in a mood to make things happen. He's raised the first pot to 5,000.
Right, and like he's done before, and Roland Wolfe called with the King-Jack of Diamonds. Helppi with the Ace-4 Diamonds. Would have been a good place for Helppi to re-raise, and here we go.
Oh,
guaranteed action. We have the nut flush draw versus a second nut flush draw and an open-ended straight draw versus a pair of 10s.
Can Roland Wolfe go broke here?
Watch this now. Helppi may well just decide to move in here. Let's just see what he does, because the way he was taught, there's a difference between the way you talk and the way you play. He said he was going to put the max pressure on Roland. Let's see what he does.
I mean, doesn't Helppi kind of have the one hand that the Wolfe is in a bit of trouble against? The Wolfe must think his hand is huge. He's got an up and down straight draw.
Well, look at that. The Wolfe
draw.
is the favorite. Look at the screen. And here comes Kenna, and Roland Wolfe's going to move all in here. Watch this. Right. There's a raise. The Wolfe's going to go all in pretty quickly, I bet.
He has to, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. And now Juha's probably going to have to lay the hand down.
Roland Wolfe does move all in. The one hand he doesn't want to get called by is Juha's, I'm imagining.
Well, he's a favorite over Juha's hand, but he certainly doesn't want to get called by Juha's hand. Now, if he gets called by Kenna, he's in great shape. I don't think Kenna can call, so I just think it's going to go fold-fold. Juha's saying, why didn't I raise it on the flop?
Kenna's made a kind of an ambitious raise here, hasn't he?
He can't. There's no way he can call here. I mean, there's just no way that Kenna can call here.
I think you have King Jack, my friend.
And you have to call.
He's put Roland on a hand.
He said, I think you have King Jack, but do you want to gamble your whole stack on the first hand?
Well, that's interesting. I mean, Phil, Kenna James not in bad position table-wise, but a bagel will really put him in the thick of it and make him start thinking about possible relegation.
Yeah, he's in a tough spot. I don't think he can call.
Do you have aces? Hard to lay down aces.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
It's over. I would lay 6-1. Kenna's not going to call.
Well, if I'll lay sevens if Phil says that. Taking a new attitude, Phil. I mean,
great stuff though on the first hand. Can you believe this?
He's put him on King Jack, but Phil, the reality is, if Roland had a queen here, I mean, Kenna's drawing.
Kenna can't call because of the points. That's what it is. Roland's smart, he doesn't show the hand.
And this is great stuff from Roland Wolfe. And Phil, as you said, that pot could have gone 100 different ways.
It could have gone 100 ways, and now look, Roland is up to $1.60 in the first hand. He's feeling good about it. I think he can control Vicky a little bit. I think he has Vicky and Kirill to his left, who he can rob a little bit. Kenna James, he won't be robbing, by the way.
The last cowboy standing, Kenna James. He's had 3/3 so far and really wants to ride this one. Means a lot to him.
I started, playing, for paychecks, just for every penny I had in my pocket. And there was days where I would sit in the car at night after losing everything I had and crying my eyes out and thinking, is this worth it? I think everybody comes to that point and you got to push through it. And thank God I just had I had the strength to find something I really love to do. And I think, isn't that the key in life, to find something you really love? And that's really success. So I'm happy with that, and everything else that comes is just gravy.
Among the amazing things, I mean, Juha Helppi, who was a lot of bluff and bluster, but is a leopard, has trouble changing their spots, I guess.
Well, that's right. And I tried to change my spots to my detriment the other day, so... Kenna with the 7 balls, he's going to come right in firing again.
Raise to 4,000 total. Pass.
Just doubled the bet.
Re-raise to 14.
Oh, Roland
Pass.
may just break KJ here.
Pass. Raised all in.
You think I'm here to give my chips away to you? Huh?
Phil, what's going on?
Well, all that talking may get Kenna in trouble because Roland might figure he wouldn't talk like that with aces or kings.
48,000.
Yep, he had to call him. And Kenna might be going on the second hand. Wow. He's a 4.5 to 1 underdog, as you see on the screen. Not quite 4.5 to 1. He's just in bad shape.
Kenna James all in here. He says he should have called the last hand. He was in better shape odds-wise, and it was a bigger pot. This is just double broken. Roland saying, I deserve to get a good start.
This is unbelievable.
Maybe he does.
Roland could have 225,000 after the second hand, for goodness sakes. All he has to do is dodge the 7. He even has the heart covered. Right now, Kenna cannot make a straight.
I don't know if 2 9s has lost in this tournament yet. You've had a pretty good results with it, Phil. Everybody has.
Yeah, 9s has been lucky, no doubt about it. There's a jack, and Kenna is down to his last card on the second hand. He's got to be just really disappointed. It's going to leave him with only 9 points, and I think he had visions of grandeur.
I mean, it was the one thing that KJ wanted to avoid tonight, was to go out with the bagel, and now having played 4 with 9 points, Phil, he is going to have to dig down deep and get some character for the remaining 2 matches.
You know what? I just hate to play with the 7s.
You certainly never look for the goose egg. You certainly never look for, what do they call it, the ducky, right? And that's kind of what I got today, a ducky. 2 pitches and I'm out. But Roland needed the points more than I did. So, but I'm right there in the middle of the pack, not giving up.
Suffering succotash. The cowboy throwed from his horse, and the other player's suffering a worse nightmare right now. Roland with chips. Of course, Roland's loving this, and now his stack, of course, allowing him to play every hand.
What position he can raise. Don't want to play a big pot out of position.
Juha might have to change tactics here. Visor down.
Call.
If Roland can actually win this particular match, those 8 points, all of a sudden he's going to start looking like a force for the final table.
But Vicky. Yeah, I have 3 too. I have 4. Yeah.
2 limps and 2 blinds.
Check.
Lieu, can she check it? Nice. She checked the 3-4. Good play. Juha has a flush draw. He's going to bet out a little bit. Let's see what Lieu does. I think she's probably going to raise it, play it more traditionally. She'll probably make it about 15 to 18, maybe 20,000.
She's just called. Is that
nice?
Dangerous? Will Helppi take the free card if he's allowed?
Well, the 9 of, yeah, I think he will. The 9 of diamonds, of course, is disastrous for Juha. He's going to lose all his chips pretty much if the 9 of diamonds comes. Other than that,
$9,000.
now Juha's in a little predicament here because Lieu has not slow played a lot of hands. Juha knows that. But I think Juha's a good enough player where he's probably not going to go off for a lot of chips here.
He's getting 4 to 1, isn't he?
Well,
he called. Now, if a blank comes and Lieu can check this, she might win a big pot here. But I think she's betting unless a diamond comes. Jack. Oh, that's big trouble for Juha.
Bingo card for Lieu, in a sense.
Oh, that's the perfect card. She could not have hand-picked a better card than a Jack. Now she can bet 20,000.
25,000.
Oh, 25. That might be too much. Juha might see it.
Is that greedy?
A little greedy, but I mean, you know, more of a... He's in a tough spot here now. I mean, did she slow play it, or... I mean, what if she slow played 9s or 10s, Juha's thinking?
I heard him mention in his interview before this match, Phil, that he's never played with Lieu before and is curious to see how she plays. So, I mean...
Well, this is bad for him, then.
Tough one.
That's the most he's said in the Premier League.
He's right. It's a tough one.
It's still possible Juha has quads.
No cards to come, that's a problem.
Wow, I think he's talking himself into folding, is he? Or is he just trying to get a read from her? And his mind might not be made up yet.
Yes.
Well played, Lieu. You really outplayed everyone in that hand.
Roland quick in with the needle, but a nice pot from Lieu.
After the flop. You outplayed everyone who was in the pot against you after the flop.
I think I made a good laydown.
Even if you've made many excellent laydowns, you still look like a fool. I mean...
Well, compared to you, no one looks like a fool.
I'm not talking about me, stop comparing us. Why'd you compare yourself to, you know...
Because you're here, everybody's going to compare, like, people to you.
Don't compare yourself to the clown always, aim high.
But it's good if they show this on TV and they see a donkey like you get all the chips, everybody starts to play poker.
That's good.
2 of poker's rising stars. They followed similar paths, but their styles couldn't be more different. There's a rivalry, but they are friends.
I have known Roland a few years. He's a good friend of mine, but at the table I have no friends, and actually he's one of my biggest nemesis in any poker table because he beat me in WPT Paris.
It's always nice to have someone eagerly trying to catch you, and I know your Helppi has looked upon me as a rival for a long time, and I hope that he achieves the success that I have.
At the moment I'm only thinking about today's game and about how I beat Roland.
You're in the top 2.
Thank you.
Two great guys, and it has been said, in fact, that the perfect poker player would feature some combination of each of them.
Call.
Vicky with the 9-10 suited.
Pass.
Kirill's like, yeah, baby, I'm up to $1.15.
A lot of
As
people.
patient as he is, he's got a good chance to kind of sneak into the top 3 too, by the way.
Nice flop for Vicky.
Vicky's moving in. Let's see what Juha does.
Check.
Check.
Is that taking the play away from her?
Takes a little play.
Check.
Now she has to take a free card. Now an ace or a king's disastrous for her. She would have won it with the bet.
Did you miss the flop?
Wow.
Either way,
Wow.
Juha's hit it.
Check.
That was a pretty smooth check you made there,
I
Juha.
was wanting to see, did she miss the turn?
I tell you, Vicky has a problem.
10,000.
Phil, I feel like if you ask her a direct question, she has trouble
think
giving
so.
a
Here we
dishonest
go. A
answer.
very interesting hand here. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if Helppi makes a raise here. He says ace-king. He's just hit his king. She could easily have king-queen, king-10 suited or something like that. So, you know, let's see what he does. I think he might figure out the puzzle and raise it. He's going to at least call. We know that.
How confident is he of having the best hand right now?
This is an idea. This is a kind of hand that a Juha or maybe I would trap with. You can just call to induce a bluff on the
Orange?
river.
No,
Boy, he's taking his time.
I'm used to valves.
Is this acting, or is he really unsure about whether to call or
It's
raise?
all acting. It's all acting. He's trying to decide whether he wants to call or raise. And the
Funny with the Juha. we didn't
breathing
need to-
out and all this kind of stuff is... He figures if he waits long enough, and he's smooth called her.
Vicky wants to know how much he has back. She needs a 7 or a queen.
7 or a queen is... If a 7 comes off, Juha's going to lose a lot of chips. If a queen comes off, it depends on how much Vicky bets in the end, but right now she's the one in bad shape.
Not
Wow.
no more.
What a 7. Juha turned out he played the hand wrong. This happened to me. Now,
30,000.
so quickly.
No, I have a big hand, but I felt like you flopped a set, so that's a problem.
Wow.
I don't think
No,
I
I
can lay
didn't.
it.
He says he felt like you.
Because I have a big hand, I don't think I can lay it down anyway, but I'm just saving 5,000 in case.
Well, here's the problem, Vicky. Vicky bet immediately again. Juha saw her bet immediately with top trips.
Call.
9-10.
He still called.
We've nearly got donked down.
Helppi loses
Now-
nearly all his chips. This is a huge result for the league table.
Helppi could have folded that hand
You always find
because
some
she bet
donkeys gonna pay
30,000
off.
immediately, and that was the clue. She bet too quickly and too much.
That hand, Helppi really thinking on the turn, and that's what hung him. 7 on the river, and by that time, Vicky Coren able to get paid off.
I'm using the Phil Hellmuth tactic. I'm gonna let you bully me for a while and then I snap you.
Good. He's better than you.
Yeah, but I'm still using
He's got a
his
bracelet. Do you have a bracelet?
Do you have a bracelet?
Yeah. When I won the EPT, they gave me a bracelet.
No,
When
that's
I
not
won
the
the-
bracelet you're talking about.
I love the banter between Juha and Roland. They're friends off the table. They give each other the maximum amount of, what would I say over here in
Stick.
UK? The maximum amount of malarkey.
Yeah, malarkey, that's good.
Malarkey, we'll say. Do you have a bracelet? No. Did you win anything? No. Did you know? They really stick it to each other.
I think
Pass.
if Juha does go out in this
Pass.
position,
Look at that. Vicky made a nice move here with the 7-9 of hearts.
Call.
And of course, Gerasimov, Kirill passed the ace-3 of hearts. And Vicky's in
You know,
run of the king-7 of diamonds. She's in bad shape right now. And this is what we call a hodgepodge. Little for her, little for him. She's flopped
6,000.
a flush, draw, and a pair,
Fold.
and he's flopped top pair.
at this stage, she's the favorite? Or is it
Very close. I mean, Roland has to be the favorite.
Embarrassed to say.
7 would...
7 is just gonna... Wow, and there it is. Vicky opened it up, played the 7-9 of hearts.
Check.
Kirill is in his seat. He's twisting. He's looking left. He's looking right. He folded the ace-3 of hearts.
my.
He would have doubled up. He's feeling sick.
Quick call by Roland. The bet was 12,000.
Nice bet. She suckered him in there. He is drawing dead at this point. She just milked him for another 12 ball. Roland really doesn't want to catch an 8 here.
Look at Kirill saying, all this action.
Kirill's like, oh my god, what did I do?
He's going to be sick when that gets turned over.
There's a 6. That's still a great card for Vicky.
It's like a defensive bet.
8,000.
Defensive 8
Nah.
now. Vicky's supposed to pop
Is
it
that
up.
a stopper bet because you know you have to call? Or do you want me to raise?
Oh my god. Come on, Vicky. I mean, he
If
checked.
it's the form you've done well, I'm just going to call.
No! Don't do that. Pop it up. All you're going to do is raise 10,000. He's not going to re-raise unless he has a full house. It's not like he just called Roland, you know.
Opportunity missed there by Vicky. How much could
Absolutely.
she have gotten?
Another 8 or 10,000 or something. I mean, not a lot.
Vicky's hit the headlines lately with a big win in the EPT Championship in London. She's really proved her status as a player.
For outsiders, it's difficult to understand where the money fits in with poker. I know this from when I won the EPT, because generally people who played poker understood how exciting it was for me to win a title and to be the first woman to win an EPT event. And they understood how that felt. To anybody who didn't play poker, they were only interested in the money. Oh, you won $500,000, what are you going to do with it? And it just wasn't about that for me. And in a place like this, you can really see, obviously everybody wants to win money, but it's just not about that. It's about proving something to themselves and their peers and people watching. I think the wider world are probably a bit sceptical, even now, even though I've now won a title. I think they still look and say, well, that's just a dippy blonde girl, she can't be any good. So as a player, I'm excited about the chance to try and prove that I can hold my own against you know, some of the best players, and I'm maybe not as dumb as I look.
I probably think so. Although girls tend to not like other girls more than...
Lines up to 2,000 and 4,000. And that first level, it's looking a little tighter now than it did at one point when Roland had about 250. Everyone else has sort of gotten their footing besides Juha.
This is just a paradise for Roland. He has Vicky and Kirill, 2 really tight players. He just can raise and raise and raise and raise. But right now he's setting up his image, not doing anything stupid.
You two are the only girls I know.
Who?
Me. You two are the only girls I know, so I'm judging all my experiences on you two.
Talking about, you got a girlfriend. Yeah.
Liz has... She's made a small raise.
Call.
She's raised it up with King 10. She's been called by King Queen of Diamonds. And look at Vicky thinking of calling with a 5-3.
I mean, I would rather it was 7, but...
Yeah, Liz didn't realize the blinds had gone up. She's made a minimum raise here. I don't know if that's worked to her advantage or not.
Good for you, Vicky. I mean, you know, not that I want to get her in the practice of playing the 5-3, but for the minimum raise, can put a few chips in there.
Just in case?
Yeah, just in case. For that tiny little raise.
Kind of a nice
What
flop
a
for Roland.
flop here. Roland has flopped a straight flush draw with 2 overcards, and he's against King 10. Lieu is drawing nearly, look at that, look at the percentage she has to win. She's in bad shape, and she has to at least call this 9,000.
It's kind of a cagey check, Phil, isn't it? It's a check so she can peel one off cheaply in case Roland does bet.
I like the way Liz played this. She checked and gave herself a chance to take a card off. Now, she could hit the queen or the 8. She doesn't want the 8 of diamonds, I know that. 7 of diamonds, I mean.
That looks like Liz.
Now, that might induce a bluff from Liz. Wow, she's played this hand well, unless Roland moves her in.
Quick call from Roland.
That might freeze her on the end. That might freeze her on the end. Roland's a huge favorite. Liz needs a queen or an offsuit 7. Wow.
King high, King Queen high is good right now.
Let's see if Liz can hire. If she has the heart to fire, she's going to win this pot. She has a lot of heart this year. Give Liz Lieu credit here, man.
She's strong,
Whoa,
Phil.
strong poker, Liz. Well done. Well done, baby. That was strong, man. She just dug down deep. She took the ace as an opportunity, made a bluff, and finished it off on the river.
And
you want to call me? It's 26,000 more, Mr. DeWolf.
big risk there that she took, but it paid off. And Phil, after Lieu failed to bluff a couple times on the river,
Wow.
it's not that she's not capable, is it?
What a great play. I mean, Roland had her dead this hand. Lieu somehow just called it. She didn't shut herself out. If she leads out, Roland raises her, and now it's trouble.
This is the Lieu.
Beautiful. She waited for the offsuit ace, and then she said, here's an opportunity. Beautiful play.
Did the Wolf make a mistake?
The ace was a flush.
Did he call too quick there? Should he have considered the raise on the turn, perhaps?
Nut flush?
Yeah. If it came the ace, I had the nut.
Raise to 10. All in.
Juha instantly all in. It's
Pass.
Roland with threes against Juha with ace-jack. So right now they're very close to even money. Now Kirill is thinking about calling because what he's thinking is we have a chance for 11,000 each to take, you know, to take Juha out. He's a tough player. Roland is probably going to check it down. By the way, Vicky folded a jack and a 3. Now that hurts Juha's hand.
Yeah.
Pass.
He hasn't called yet.
You know, waiting for him to throw it out.
You showed your hand to her, it's dead. You can try to outdraw me.
And here we go. Remember, a jack is gone, so that makes it even tougher for Juha.
Yeah, Helppi all in here, and
But if Juha does win it, he's up to 28,000.
second time.
8-8-4, good flop for Juha. Now he needs a 4, an ace, or a jack.
Yeah, we will.
They're bringing in a little bike for you
He
right
needs
now.
a 4, a 6, an ace, or a jack. And Juha's hit some cards here. Let's see what he can do.
What's coming?
Oh,
10. Bye-bye. Juha's gone.
Gone. On your bike. Gone. You call with ace jack? Is this how you play?
leaderboard now. DeWolf, 200,000, the double up. Of course, he has been higher. And his biggest threat, Lieu, perhaps.
I'm very happy with my situation in the league still. I'm gonna be second or third even after this one. So it's looking good, and there's always another tournament, and I think I'm coming back strong in the next one, and I'm gonna be in top 4.
For the first time? Really? Congratulations.
He's only lasting 5 hands a heat.
Putting the final nails in Juha's coffin. I don't think Roland will let Helppi forget about that one too soon. And now chip leader, and in a good spot to get some points here is DeWolf. Huh.
Well, he might move all in here.
Now DeWolf has Kirill covered and then some.
Well, is it time to play a coin flip, Kirill? You want to call? You want to fold? What are you going to do? He's thinking about all his options.
Make it 2 times in a row.
All that talking Roland's doing is giving Kirill information. He must know that Kirill's a great player. Kirill hasn't shown us his greatness yet, by the way.
What do you think the smart thing for Kirill is here?
Well, if Kirill moves in, I think he's going to get called by the ace-9.
Okay.
He's trying it. That's exactly what you said, Phil. And
well, you know what? I give him credit for a move. I think Roland's going to call him, maybe. He's going to certainly ask.
67 plus 15, isn't it?
Helmut's going to hate this so much if I call. But I think I saw the ace deuce the other day.
Yep. Well, now we're exactly what I was talking about. He did have the ace deuce the other day.
Wow, that's exactly what Roland's thinking.
Yeah, I told you that. Now, what Roland has to figure out is how much more is it to call?
No. 70 more.
70,000 more.
And he can put out a fly. But if he's wrong and loses, Phil, it's going to bring him right back in the pack. He has called.
I told you he'd call. It's a little bit suspect, but he's right. So what can you say? It's a coin flip for all the money. Kirill made the good move. He had the best hand. Folding was his other option. He wasn't just going to call.
Looking out.
Deuce 3 king. Oh, that's a very nice flop for Kirill. Very nice. 2 undercards. So the board is not going to double pair to kill him. He just needs to dodge an ace or a 9. 4 ends it. 4 nearly ends it, I should say.
Could this be the emergence of Gerasimov in the Premier League? One card.
He will have the chip lead if he wins the spot. If he can hold off an ace or a 9, he's going to have the chip lead. Or maybe not the chip lead. Nice.
Ace 4 wins 2.
And this is opening it up.
And the Russian is back.
It's the first race he's won.
He went from like 62,000 2 hands ago to 176,000. Bang bang, as we call it.
The Russian has been struggling of late as far as Premier League performance, but he's had some fantastic results in his career, and if he can just get a few points, getting those top 2 zones, anything is possible.
Oh well.
Second right now in chips he is. De Wolfe is nearly back up to where he was before the clash with Gerasimov. He just got right back on his horse here. Didn't have to show many hands down.
All in.
And Vicky's moved with, I think it's the 8-4.
Vicky's gotten aggressive. She's moved all in. Kirill has asked for a count.
42,000 total.
Oh my, 8 high.
Kirill is called instantly. He's made a very good call.
He sensed something. He really did.
He just jumped on it. I've been waiting all day for her to move all in a week, and boom, got her.
He's not worried about Vicky having an ace?
Look at this. Lieu has the ace-jack of hearts. She's in a tough spot here because Kirill has been playing so tight. He just called a big raise. This is a pot where Vicky could, if she folds, I don't have a problem with it. If she calls, I don't have a problem with it. If she moves all in, I don't have a problem with it. It's a tough spot. It's all read dependent. You know, I mean, she's a tough spot. She finally picked up the ace-jack, and Kirill beat her in there.
Unlucky. You're definitely behind here.
Phil,
Yeah.
is there any way Gerasimov could have made that play with a big hand like aces or kings, trying to trap Liz?
You know, I don't think so. But the fact of the matter is that Kirill has been playing really tight, and it looked like he might have an ace-queen or something. So, you know, I can't blame Liz for the fold. Wow, look at that. That's a terrible flop for her because a jack makes them both a straight. She now needs an 8 or a 4.
A 7.
Jack, queen, or king, it's over.
Yep.
A 6.
Or jack.
Yeah, 6 would work.
King, queen.
It's still not
6.
good.
She needs an 8, a 6, or a 4.
That's what I know.
There's a 10. She needs a 4, a 6, or an 8 in the last card, or she's out.
8 or 4.
Moving in with 8-4, she maybe, you know, can't complain if she gets eliminated.
All right. Well done. Good luck.
Vicky looking at 2 points.
Enjoy
Liz
yourself,
Lieu's
Roland.
thinking, man, what are these people doing? I had ace-jack of hearts. I would have won this pot.
No matter what happens here, she'll still be in the top 4 on the Premier League table, but down to 3 now, and these are the 3 who needed points the most. Looking at the chip counts, how much is there in it now?
Well, there's a lot of skill here, and you know, and the players are still tight. There you go, 259 for Roland. Kirill has 209. Lieu has 132, and these are the 3 players that needed to be there. Maybe they're playing a little bit better because of that.
It was quite important for me to outlast Juha because he was the one person tonight who had more points than me. The way it worked out, he's still ahead of me, but not by too much.
Here's one of those hands that
15,000
could prove to be. Let's take a look. It could be a dangerous hand, but most likely he'll just win it.
Pass.
All in.
Uh-oh.
Re-raised, all in.
Oh, my.
And that's a dangerous hand, because I think Roland's going to call her.
$1 million.
Well, he hasn't called instantly.
Like 100,000?
More.
45, 85.
More.
91.
I like the fact that she just went all in here, because, you know,
Just trying to make a 50.
if she just raised like 30, Roland might actually think she's stronger than she is.
Okay.
And the fact that she did it quick, it almost looks weak, huh?
It almost looks weak. I mean, she sold this hand well, I told you. This could be dangerous for Roland. I don't think...
104 more if you
I
wish
think
to
he's
call.
going to call.
Call.
That's what he's
Called.
done. He's
I
in
thought
trouble.
he would. He is a 4.5 to 1 favorite. Lieu's going to have the chip lead.
Wow.
2 jacks.
She is going to have the chip lead right here, right now, unless she gets really unlucky. And look at that, she has both the suits covered.
Queen. Queen.
Well,
It's coming.
this will be the boom of boom boom
It's
if
coming.
the queens hold.
Queen's coming.
I told you,
What
the
do
bang
think?
bang of the boom boom could be in the works here, and she's got the bang right off the bat, just as we talked about it. There's the bang, but wait a minute.
Neutral, huh?
It's not over yet.
Well, there are 5 cards to come. But Lieu in strong.
Close.
Nice flop for the queens. Lieu is going to take the chip lead here if this hand holds up. She's calling for a monkey. Paint. Wow. Oh, I feel you, Liz. That looked pretty close.
Anything
That looked
big,
pretty close
says
there.
Liz.
Any
Don't even-
non-8. Oh, it's a queen.
Queen was
She
coming.
makes the nuts the best possible hand. Oh, wait a minute. 3-5 would beat her. 3 queens. She's won
30,
the
40,
biggest
50.
pot of the night and taken the chip lead.
I was born in Vietnam. My father's Chinese, my mother's Vietnamese. I was 18. My father had a heart attack. And that's the same time that I opened my own home game, a poker home game, and I made enough money, so I told both of them to quit. And I've been supporting them since then till now. I'm really into charity right now, and I promised myself and everybody else that in any of the tournaments that I win, if I cash, 20% of my winnings will go to charity. I've chosen 3 charities that I will donate to. One is helping out the unfortunates back in my country, which I was just back there in November. We gave out probably about 140 tons of rice. And, to me, when you see it with your own eyes, and when you experience it, and you give it to them and see how grateful they are, it's life-changing. It's very, very life-changing.
Hellmuth is a donkey. I will crush him. Roland, if you keep playing 2-8s like that, you're not going to crush me. I'll tell you that much.
I'll tell you, he's just had half his stack taken away and is in danger of getting knocked out of this tournament. He doesn't. He's got a good sense of humor, this guy.
He's great. I really like Roland. I didn't really know him before I came over here, and the first night we played, he lost $50,000 straight to me and never complained. Won it all back, by the way. Darn it.
What's this about, Phil?
Well, he does this a lot,
The
There's only
study
12 more
fold.
thousand to call,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
The blinds are 5 and 10,000, right?
Yep.
Let's see if Kirill's finally going to make that move. He's been studying these players all day long. He senses weakness. Can he follow through?
Oh,
now you're playing the game, Kirill.
Wow.
That's it, baby.
Wow.
Now see, give the man credit. All day long, study. He picked up weakness and he made his move. Now that's poker. That's why Kirill's tough. And Liz has no defense to that.
6 high for the Russian. Under their noses.
Now he's kicked it into gear. This is the Kirill that I know. He's played very patiently to put himself in position. He's earned his license to steal. He flashed that license right now.
Welcome back to Premier League Poker. 3 left now. This is where the points get meaty. Over in the green room. Looks glum as an outhouse here. The losers still ruining those hands. Why did I push with the 7, says Kenna James. The Wolfe's won 32 hands, and his image is shot.
Wow.
Yeah, he has no image right now. He has an image problem. That's what my PR firm might say. Phil, you have an image problem. You're known as the poker brat. I said an image problem? That made me an extra $10 million. What are you talking about? It's not an image problem.
You can buy a lot of mirrors for that.
Yeah.
Raise from Lieu. Big hand in the big blind.
Yeah, I think Kirill might spot this.
Oh, he's been pretty
Kirill,
awesome.
see, now he's zoned in.
Oh,
if he lays
yeah.
his hand down here, he's, I think he's going to lay it down. I don't even think. If he makes some crazy move here and gets caught, I'm going to. He's done
wow.
it. And I think Liz is.
Raise.
Wow.
It's a limp re-raise. It's pretty strong, isn't it? I mean, she can only beat a bluff, can't she?
I think she might go with him, though. I think she might go with him.
Phil, the fact that Roland is so short, should that affect her decision?
Well, it does put a lot more pressure on Liz, you know. But he still risked his whole tournament, too.
Does she have any sort of clue that he could be bluffing here?
He's played very patiently, and now he's made a big move, and it's all on her read. If she makes it, if she moves all in here, and she ends up winning,
wow, that was super. That was super stuff by Gerasimov. He just judged her, didn't he?
Anybody who watched the first 3 or 4 of Kirill's matches and saw him make a lot of folds and thought he was a weak player, open your eyes.
7 and 15,000 coming now, and Gerasimov just on top. Really, the story is, will the Wolfe double up or double out?
Look at that, Kirill's won the fewest hands and has had the fewest betting frequencies, and he's on top.
Just double me up first.
What it shows is you can win one of these tournaments by playing patiently.
One of you can do it. It's okay. I don't mind. I'm not fussy.
Yeah, you can. Liz on the button, and probably a strong argument that if she folds, the dirty work will get done. Maybe that's what she's thinking.
All in.
Wow, she had the king-8. She got involved. She.
What does Kirill need to call? Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. I think Kirill is going to call, and I think he's going to find that he's in great shape.
Imagine there's a lot of split pots here. There are. A quarter of them will be split.
I had king 8.
She did have king 8. She would have been a huge favorite, but I don't think either one would have played if she
One
raised
time,
it.
maybe. I've been split this a lot.
Says Roland.
The 7 doesn't play it always. With one king on, it's harder.
He's right. It's 26% split. You can see it up there.
There's the 7.
It's over. I mean, it's over. I mean, he just the one thing he didn't want to see was a 7.
I think his best result is an 8 and an ace.
Well, that's exactly right. I mean, even an 8 and then a king.
Thank you.
And he now officially drawing dead is to Wolfe out in third. 3 points, his best finish yet, Phil, but probably not enough from his point of view.
That's my best result so far. So I'm, in the top 3, and every time I've been improving. So 5th, 4th, 3rd. It's like going in the right direction. And yeah, I'm still pretty confident of making the final. So I know that anyone, if I get to the heads-up stage, which I think I will, I mean, you're going to need 12 points. If I get to the heads-up stage, no one's going to want to face me because I'm probably the most dangerous heads-up opponent in the field. So they're going to want to avoid me, but it's just getting enough points.
Heads up on Gerasimov in big need of a win. He's got the chip lead. He's never been here before in this tournament, Phil, but Lieu has been head up.
With me, as a matter of fact.
And
That was good.
do you think that the fact that Gerasimov has a tight image is going to be to his advantage here? What's in this as far as strategy?
Well, you throw everything out now. I mean, his tight image helped him get here, and now you throw it all away because heads up, people are capable of doing anything. I mean, it's all reading skills now. I mean, you play heads up, and what you have to do is you have to understand what the other person has, what you have, and determine whether you have the best hand or not, or a good chance of making the best hand. And that's it,
Simple as that?
Simple as that. Of course, now you're talking about taking a free shot. Now he has 431 to $170. He just called with an ace.
Call.
That's interesting.
Maybe he think that Liz is
No raise.
a little bit hot, will she?
Well, if she moved in, he would have called, and it was almost even money. Would have been actually not a bad time for her.
Nice flop.
Oh, an ace and look at this. One flops 9s, one flops 6s. 9s and 4s,
Check.
so she's checked. Girl's going to bet it, you know that. Let's see how much he bets.
How can he get away from it?
20,000. Raise.
It's going to be tough for Kirill to get away now. I mean, he can beat all 4s, all 3s, all draws.
71,000.
If he folds his hand, I'll be impressed. That will impress me.
He's thinking.
Yeah, he couldn't get away.
Call?
And he's in bad shape.
Call.
And Liz is about to take a chip lead right now because he is losing the chip lead if he loses this pot. She's going to have 340,000 the chip lead if she can only avoid a bad beat. She's going to win this 80% of the time. Kirill needs an ace or a 4 to end it. If a 9 comes, it's over 2. King, he's going to need an ace or a 4, or Liz Lieu has become the chip leader and has, you know, got it with the best hand again. That's a queen. Push the money to Liz Lieu.
Hello, darling, says Liz Lieu.
Yeah, that's your chip leader right there.
1, 3, 4 total.
Gerasimov not giving up, but he's going to have to make hay.
All in.
Quick
Wow, she
call!
called instantly.
Well, she's going to have something beat. Ace, perhaps? Pair, perhaps?
And Liz Lieu is called with the queen 8 instantly. She has Kirill in bad shape.
Wow.
She's 2.5 to 1 favorite to win it and pick up 8 points. Kirill needs a lot of help. He's going to need a 9 or something crazy.
That was surprising.
All right,
Queen high's good.
Now Kirill's in really tough shape. Now basically needs a 9 or some kind of straight or flush card would be helpful for him. It's a 10. There's really no split cards in there. Oh, a 5 is a split card. It's
over.
6, and it's over. And Liz Lieu has played brilliantly, really brilliantly. Every big pot, she had the best hand. My hat's off to the little lady from California.
Well, I feel good. Play not so bad today because I have a chance to play my game today.
When I started off playing, I felt really comfortable because Roland, I mean, basically was really gambling. It was like either, you know, he's going to grab all the chips or else he's going to get knocked out early. So I just sat back and basically just, you know, mellowed and let everybody play everybody, you know, and kick everybody out. And then make my move whenever I had the nut.
So 8 league matches in. Not much movement in the top 4 spots. These going straight to the final table, though Vicky Coren with her result today, moving up into 4th position from 5th. Big movement, though, in the playoff zone, where Liz Lieu, with her fine win, coming into 5th place up from 9th. And Kirill Gerasimov, who was bottom of the table before this match, now into 7th. Another disappointing day for Roland de Wolfe, however. 3 points only. He's still in the relegation zone, and these 4 are having their hearts cut. It was little Liz Lieu powering through, along with Kirill Gerasimov, but the end is nigh. Only a few more league matches to cement one's status. It's promotion or relegation here at the partypoker.com Premier League Poker.